Be clear, nobody's scared of nobody. All of that tough talk, nobody. All that tells me that I'm coming at you way different than I come at anybody else. Like, nobody. There should be no ill feelings at all. Especially in my advice. My advice was like, hey, if you move on with somebody and that person wants to be with you and y'all planning a family together and all that, you can't come and talk crazy to me. How? Your future kid possibly is going to be related to my kid. What you doing? Stop. You understand what I'm saying? There's no ill feelings on either side, and I'm not emotional. I'm not. Let's be clear. I just don't understand why when every time somebody has something to promote, talk about that. Talk about whatever your endeavor is that you have coming up. It's so easy. It is so, the same publicist that y'all use to push stories out, that's the same publicist that before you walk into the room, you say, hey, anything about Rem, anything about this, I don't want to talk about that. That's it. It never happens. So when people are like, oh, they asked, you can say, don't talk about it. Because I would do that. If I didn't care, I'm like, I don't care what y'all ask me. I say what I want to say. I've been on that before, but when you really don't care, you really not. You think people don't be trying to ask me stuff? And I'll be like, what? You understand?
Tonight, the internet is not just talking. It's erupting in full-scale chaos after shocking claims involving Remy Ma, Claressa Shields, and Papoose detonated across social media like a viral earthquake no one saw coming. What began as quiet whispers on fan pages has now turned into a digital battlefield where alleged leaked messages, secret recordings, and cryptic posts are being dissected frame by frame like evidence in a high-stakes scandal trial. And at the center of it all, three names that fans never expected to see tied together in this kind of storm. Remy Ma, Claressa Shields, Papoose. Sources across social media are claiming that something happened behind closed doors that completely changed the dynamic between them, but the details being shared are so explosive, so contradictory, that nobody can agree on what's real and what's manufactured chaos. One moment, it's alleged emotional confrontations. The next, it's screenshots surfacing that supposedly show private conversations filled with tension, betrayal, and accusations that no one was meant to see. But here's where it gets even darker, because just as fans thought they were beginning to understand the situation, a wave of insider leaks started circulating, hinting that this is not a simple misunderstanding, but something far more personal, far more damaging, and far more complicated than anyone is ready for. Then came the audio. A mysterious voice recording, allegedly captured during a heated exchange, began spreading in private groups before exploding onto public timelines. Within hours, it had been analyzed, slowed down, re-uploaded, and broken apart by thousands of users trying to catch every hidden word. Some swear they hear names being mentioned. Others insist it's edited. But nobody can prove anything for sure. And that uncertainty is exactly what's fueling the fire. Because while fans argue over authenticity, the biggest shock isn't what's already been leaked. It's what people claim is still waiting to drop. Insiders online are now whispering about full conversations, unreleased footage, and a final revelation that could completely flip the narrative upside down in a way nobody is prepared for. And the most chilling part? None of the three stars involved have directly addressed the claims. No confirmation. No denial. Just silence and cryptic posts that only make things feel more intentional. Now the internet is split, the fandoms are at war, and every new post feels like a coded message hiding something bigger underneath. Because if even a fraction of these leaks are real, then this isn't just drama. This is a full-blown fallout that could change everything. And what comes next is about to push the entire story into even darker territory. The entire entertainment world has been thrown into absolute chaos after a wave of online claims involving Remy Ma, Claressa Shields, and Papoose began circulating across social media, turning timelines into a non-stop storm of speculation, reaction, and disbelief. What started as scattered posts on fan pages quickly escalated into a global talking point, as alleged screenshots, edited clips, and mysterious voice notes began appearing one after another. each one adding more confusion to an already unstable situation. Nobody can confirm where it started, but everyone agrees on one thing. Something behind the scenes has allegedly shifted between these three names in a way the public never expected. Within hours, hashtags tied to Remy Ma, Claressa Shields, and Papoose began trending worldwide, with millions of users breaking down every post, every caption, and every deleted comment like it's part of a hidden message. Some claim the situation began with a misunderstanding blown out of proportion, while others insist there are deeper personal tensions that have been quietly building for some time. But what truly sent the internet into overdrive was the sudden appearance of alleged leaked conversations being shared across private channels before spilling onto public platforms, showing fragments of exchanges that fans are now obsessing over, even though none of them have been verified. As the noise grew louder, so did the contradictions. One set of posts suggests emotional disagreements behind closed doors, while another wave of alleged insider claims paints a completely different picture involving miscommunication, broken trust, and outside interference, fueling the tension. Nothing matches, yet everything is spreading at the same speed, creating a digital fog where truth and fiction are impossible to separate. Then came the moment that changed everything again, a mysterious audio clip that began circulating late at night. It allegedly captures a heated exchange involving voices fans believe they recognize, though the recording is unclear, fragmented, and heavily debated. Within minutes, social media users slowed it down, enhanced it, and dissected every second, trying to pull meaning from background noise and overlapping dialogue. Some swear they hear emotional frustration, others insist it's edited or taken out of context entirely. But regardless of authenticity, the damage was already done. The internet had decided this was now a full-blown celebrity crisis. Almost immediately, reaction accounts began posting breakdowns, claiming they had insider information about the timeline of events leading up to the chaos. According to these circulating theories, tension had allegedly been building quietly for weeks, with subtle signs hidden in public appearances, interviews, and social media activity that only make sense in hindsight. Old posts are being re-examined, past interactions are being reframed, and every detail is now being treated as a potential clue in a much larger puzzle. But things took another shocking turn when fans noticed sudden changes in online behavior from all sides involved. Cryptic captions appeared and disappeared within minutes. Stories were posted and deleted without explanation. Likes were removed, comments were limited, and silence replaced what used to be regular engagement. To observers, it didn't look like coincidence, it looked like pressure. Meanwhile, Claressa Shields' name being pulled into the situation added an entirely new layer of confusion, as fans debated how or why she became connected to the unfolding narrative. Some claim her involvement is being exaggerated by online speculation, while others insist she was referenced in the alleged leaks that sparked the entire discussion. No one can agree, and the lack of clarification from any party involved has only made the situation more volatile. At the same time, discussions around Remy Ma and Papoose have intensified, with online communities analyzing their public history, past interviews, and old appearances for any sign of underlying tension. Every clip is now being reinterpreted through the lens of current rumors. Even moments that once seemed harmless are now being debated as possible indicators of deeper issues. But even with all the speculation, nothing concrete has been confirmed by any official source. Then, just when it seemed like the internet had reached its peak of confusion, another alleged leak surfaced, this time described by users as a fragmented exchange that suggests a confrontation may have taken place behind the scenes. The details are inconsistent, the sources are unverified, and the content varies depending on who is sharing it, but that hasn't stopped it from spreading like wildfire across platforms. Each repost adds a new layer, a new interpretation, and a new wave of reactions that pushes the story further away from clarity. What makes this situation even more explosive is the silence from all involved. In an era where celebrities often respond quickly to rumors, the lack of direct statements has only intensified public curiosity. Some interpret the silence as a sign that something serious is being handled privately. Others believe it's simply an attempt to avoid amplifying unverified claims. But in the absence of answers, speculation fills every gap. As fan communities grow increasingly divided, theories are beginning to clash. One side believes this is a classic case of social media exaggeration, where unrelated moments are being stitched together into a false narrative. The other side insists that too many coincidences are lining up for this to be random noise, pointing to timing, behavior changes, and the sudden appearance of alleged leaks as evidence that something real is unfolding behind the scenes. And just when the conversation seemed like it might slow down, new claims emerged suggesting there may be additional unreleased material still circulating in private circles. Material that has not yet reached the public, but could shift the entire story again if it ever surfaces. That possibility alone has kept the internet locked in, refreshing timelines nonstop, waiting for the next piece of information that could either confirm or completely dismantle everything being said so far. At this point, the situation is no longer just about Remy Ma, Claressa Shields, or Papoose individually. It has evolved into a full-scale online phenomenon where perception, rumor, and reaction are colliding in real time. Every new post adds fuel, every silence adds suspicion, and every alleged leak pushes the narrative further into uncertainty. And as the internet continues to spiral, one question refuses to disappear. How did a situation this complex, this emotionally charged, and this widely debated escalate without a single clear explanation from the people at the center of it? Because if even a fraction of what's being claimed online holds any truth, then what the public has seen so far might only be the surface of something far more complicated, still waiting to fully unfold. The truth behind this situation is still unfolding, and what you've seen so far might just be the beginning of something much bigger. Every hour, new claims are surfacing, new clips are being shared, and new reactions are pulling the story deeper into chaos. Nothing is fully confirmed yet, but one thing is certain: this is not a story the internet is ready to let go of anytime soon. And if you've made it this far, you already know how fast things are moving. One update can change everything. One leak can flip the entire narrative. That's why you cannot afford to stay on the sidelines while this situation develops in real time. The next revelation could drop at any moment, and when it does, it will spread everywhere instantly. So make sure you stay connected right now. Hit that like button so you don't miss what's coming next. Drop your thoughts in the comments because everyone is debating different sides of this story, and your opinion matters in this growing storm. And most importantly, subscribe and turn on notifications, because when the next update breaks, you want to be the first to know, not the last to hear about it. This story is far from over, and what comes next could change everything again.